All right, Darksiders. So my brother said that I shouldn't even really respond to that, man. Like I shouldn't let it get me as much as it does. And I said, Wayne, that I can't let it stand, man, because these videos drive me nuts. So I gotta respond to this. Some of you guys might seem repetitive, but I hope that if you have not heard this before, this is a message to you, all of the Darksiders and beyond, if you're first seeing this video. So, the other day I saw another video, right, where the vaunted comic book gods, the PhDs of comic book source material, were ranting about the live adaptation stuff. Excuse me, guys. You can hear it in my voice. They're making me lose my voice. Water. Guys getting on there ranting, being mad about the adaptations that are made from the source material to the live action, saying that it doesn't represent what they're used to. It doesn't follow the source material. It's not true to the nature and the spirit of which the comic has been written, and that makes them mad. And honestly, like, cool. I get the fact that if you are an ardent comic book collector, reader, you've been doing so for years, and you have, right, this expectation that what you've seen on the page, what you've read on the page will translate to the live action, and you want to see what you're used to seeing. I understand that. That's cool. But what's not cool is when you attack other people for appreciating the differences that they do make in the adaptation, operative word being adaptation. Matthew B. Haynes pointed this out last night on our live stream. It's an adaptation. They change some things. They retcon things in comics all the time. So my problem is when you get on there and you rail against the people and you are calling people names, stupid, morons, idiots, and all this kind of stuff, which I consider a personal attack. I'm not going to levy that attack on anybody out there, on any of the comic book PhDs, the connoisseurs of comic books, because I don't know you. So I can't level personal attacks against you. I wouldn't presume to do that. And honestly, like, you have the right to share the same opinion that anyone else does. Attacking people for disagreeing with you, I think is see, I was about to go there. I don't think it's a smart thing to do. I don't think that's cool. More water, excuse me. So here's my point of making this video. Because I know that there are some Darksiders on the channel, in the community, and maybe this, if you're seeing this video for the first time, you're not part of the Darkside community, that really appreciate the live action adaptations that are going on between the comics and what's being transferred to TV and film, and you like it. I want you to know that if you ever come across one of these videos from these so-called comic book connoisseurs, the vaunted comic book gods, don't let them make you feel like it's something wrong with you. Like you shouldn't really have a say. Like you're not a true fan. Like you don't really have an opinion that matters because you have not been someone that's followed the source material for years and years and years, because they'll make you feel like there's something wrong with you. They'll make you feel like you don't really know, like you don't really have any standing, because all you really know is what you know from the movies, from the TV and film. Your opinion is just as valid as theirs. At the end of the day, it's all opinion. And there's nothing special about them because they happen to be longtime comic book readers. Who do these guys think they are? The gall of these guys trying to position themselves as the supreme authority on comic books, and therefore they think they have the right to come out and downplay you. Now, I'm not talking about saying things against your opinion. I'm sure I'll get some comments about in this video. This is all opinion, but when they start personally attacking you, that's what's not okay to me. So I want you to know that these guys are just sharing their opinion just like you, and there's nothing special about their opinion because they happen to be comic book readers. I myself have been a comic book reader for a long time and a collector for a long time, and by the looks of some of these guys, for longer than some of them have been born, been collected. And you'll never hear me try and trash anyone else's opinion just because they've not been a long time collector. It's ridiculous. Honestly, one of the things I think is so wonderful about what we see with DC and Marvel is the fact, and I know this is true from some of the Darksiders, some of you guys have become comic book readers now because you've been introduced to this world from the MCU, from the DCEU, from some of the other live adaptation stuff that came from comic books. You are now comic book readers because of that. So there's a whole bunch of value of what's going on with the live adaptations. Now, to the extent that for those of you all who are longtime comic book readers and you don't appreciate the adaptations because it's not what you're used to, it's not what you're looking for, that's cool. That's up to you. You are one set of people that's enjoying this content. It's not just made for you. It's made for others as well. And I speak as someone that I consider to be a part of your group, a collector and reader. But I understand it's not just for me. And I appreciate the fact that these genres now are bringing people onto the comic book page as readers. That's what I want to say about that. So for all of you all who are out there and you enjoy the stuff that's going on with Marvel and DC, the live adaptation stuff, your opinion is just as important as anyone else. And don't let these guys get on there with their noses high, which is what it seems like to me, speaking down to people who have not been avid readers of the comic book. It's just their opinion. Nerve of these guys in making all these assumptions and conjectures about people. You don't even really know these people. Anyway, I'm done. Thanks for listening. Dark Side Reviews. Peace. Tell you.